Hello everybody, my name is Malia Lang, and today I'm going to be doing my demonstration speech on how to write a haiku poem. Today I'm going to talk about what a haiku poem is, its origin, and the history behind it. My second thing I'm going to talk about is going to be why I chose to talk about haiku poems, and my third is I'm going to demonstrate quickly just a basic idea of how to write one. So first, what is a haiku? A haiku poem is a brief 3-line poem that consists of a certain number of syllables that's dedicated to each line. Normally a haiku poem is 3 lines, and these kinds of poems are typically used to depict nature, make an observation or an emotion. So what is the origin and history behind haiku poems? They actually originate from traditional Japanese art forms and poetry. The history behind these kinds of poems is that they started out as an introduction or a smaller piece to bigger poems. It's typically the first part, originally called a haku, during the 17th century in traditional Japan. The term haiku was actually later coined in the 19th century by Masaoka Shiki and is now what the poem is called today. So, as I'm sure many of you know, haiku poems are just very small, kind of easier poems to write. They're actually my favorite for when I'm feeling like poetic. So next, why did I choose to talk to you about this? I chose this topic because I have always loved poetry and writing poems in my free time. It's kind of like a stress reliever. And I think it's a beautiful art form and can be really inspiring. It can also, help fuel creativity and express emotions. I like to do it when I'm journaling. I also really enjoy reading and writing haiku-style poetry because it shows that you don't need a huge amount of words, or you don't need to like use a rough draft every time. You can kind of just do it on the fly kind of thing. It's kind of a strange way of talking about it, but you can kind of just do it in the moment. It can be kind of spontaneous, and I think that's part of what makes it so beautiful. And sometimes the more brief you are, the more the reader and listener can actually feel on their own and kind of fill in the blanks, which I think is always a great thing when you're writing, to kind of give the reader room to, think, process. What are you saying? How does it affect them? Kind of thing. And finally, how do you write a haiku poem?